Today we're going to build a simple sheath using an old piece of fire hose. Another great day to be back in the shop. Man, so we have a couple problems. Well, no, we don't have problems. No such thing as problems. We have a couple solutions to come up with. One is going to be a simple, low budget, low tech sheath that's not going to break our heart if we lose it because, well, fire tool sheaths, for some reasons, they just go away. So we don't want to spend too much time on it because chances are we're not going to have it long. The other thing is, how do I secure this tool to my line gear? This is my Wildland fire pack here. And the last couple of fires I was on, we did burnouts. So I was running a drip torch and I had to have someone carry my tool for me, which, well, I don't want to have that. We want a way that we can sheath this so we're protected from the razor sharp edge and carry it on our pack in a safe way so we can have hands free. So when I was thinking about this last night, this right here is a sheath that came with my Rogue Pulaski. This is not a tool that I've used very well. It's just not, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. And so I was thinking, well, let's see if we can repurpose, isn't that the buzzword of the day, repurpose this sheath to work with my Rogue hoe, my 70. Some people asked which model this is, and it's the 70 something. Just look up 70, and this is the one that I have. So I was thinking here, what if we put that? Are we going to focus? Good grief! What if we put this on here, and of course, you know, it's got the snaps on it, and when I snapped the snaps, it still didn't hold securely. It still would have slipped off, and it's too big. You know, you got all this tongue flapping on there, and I don't want to cut it up and redo it when it's perfectly good sheath for something like this. You know, it's nice to have a spare fire tool, to have it protected, you know, in case you have a friend or something like that. So I thought, no, let's just leave that alone. It's a purpose built. Let's do something different. And I thought, how about some of that old heavy-duty double-jacketed fire hose with the rubber on the inside? Man, I'll tell you what, there's nothing tougher than fire hose. It's some durable stuff. So I got a few chunks of that right here. I thought, how about that? And then the other question is how to fasten it to the hoe where you can easily put it on, take it off, no messing around, simple, and, well, I think I've figured out the perfect solution. Got some grief yesterday for clamping the beautiful hickory handle. Oh, come on. Hickory handle in the steel jaws of the vise, and I do mea culpa for that. That was not very good. I have soft jaws today, so I'm sorry. I'll do better. So yeah, it'd be better. And someone recommended even wrapping it in an old leather glove. I thought that was a good solution because I do clamp it softly. I mean, I'm not, marring the wood or anything, but yes, it's not a good practice. Something like this is way better. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. So I've got 3 scrap pieces. This is the biggest one, and these are things that I don't know, previous projects like that. Obviously, that's too big, but something like this that we could maybe cut down. And what I'm thinking for retaining this is using a piece of bungee. The bungee will work really good. I can tie a knot in it. It can loop around there. It'll be quick on, quick off, and it'll also be something that I can attach to the line gear, so hopefully I don't lose my sheath. So I've got a medium-sized one here as well. So this one here, it's got 2 pop rivets in it. Still too big. Not that I couldn't cut it down, but this one here is just right. Not too hard, not too soft, not too hot, not too cold. Right there, it's already got the pop rivets in it. So you can see right here, this was double-jacketed fire hose. What that means is it has 2 jackets. This is the jacket, the woven part. And the heavy-duty ones, this one here had another jacket over top of it, just to fight abrasion. But the inside, of course, is the waterproof side with that rubber lining. And it is just tough as nails. So what I'm thinking is we can put that on there. We got a nice soft rubber edge against the cutting edge. It's not going to get damaged. Got plenty of room right here. We can pop rivet these corners. And then, I wish I had grommets. I really wish I had 2 grommets to put in there, but I don't. So we're going to carefully cut a little hole, do a knot, and don't see, you just wait and see if this isn't just about the ideal sheath. And we got the whole fire hose theme going on, which is kind of cool as well. So I was going through my granddad's things not too long ago, and I found there's still things that I have from his shop that I haven't been through. I found a full set of these old leather punches. Isn't that cool? I remember Granddad used to do a little bit of leather work. It was usually rifle slings, or it was just things that he needed. Necessity was the mother of invention with Granddad. Kind of cool here. He's still got the leather plugs in there from his previous projects. I wonder what it was he was working on, but something that he had done. So those, we'll clean those out of there. Don't need those. But I thought, oh, look at that. Huh. Makes me kind of nostalgic. I remember Granddad using these things for his belt. I remember when I was getting bigger, he'd change, add holes to belts and different things on our hunting gear. All right, come over to the old anvil here. Got a nice big piece of fir. We don't want to drive our leather punch into the metal, obviously. I haven't done this with fire hose before, but I have no reason to believe it won't work. We'll come down there. I got those edges melted there, so we'll kind of match this up there. If we can get one more rivet in there, that would be good. A little bit of bounce there. I don't like that very much. Maybe this piece of wood's not the ideal. Let's try it up here. Well, we're getting a hole through there one way or another. It'll come back in here from the other side. Fire hose, this stuff's tough. There we go. I think that's accomplishing what we're setting out to do here. There's a rubber in there, rubber plug. All right, let's do one more hole here. Reinforce that a bit. Granddad's old hammer, his old ball peen. I grew up with that, working on, sitting on the workbench. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think we can go ahead and rivet that now. So this is a pop rivet right here. These are aluminum. That's pretty much the standard what you're going to see. They'll come in all different sizes. This is on the smaller side. And what a pop rivet essentially does is you put it in a pop rivet tool right here, and as you squeeze the handle, it pulls this shaft back and expands the end of the rivet, making it bulge out, and it's larger than the hole. And you can do all sorts of repairs with it. You can see here, here's the pop rivet after it's been put in. This is where that shaft would stick out, and then it smashes the other side, and it's a good idea to put a washer on it. So what we'll do is we'll find some washers, but as we put that in there like that, you can see, put a washer on the back side, and that will smash, and that will hold that really securely, and then when you reach the end, this shaft will break off, and then you have a nice secure rivet. So we're back in Granddad's bolt box. What's the chance of finding a washer without dumping the whole thing out? Something about that one right there. I think that'll work. I'd like to actually put two, there's another one. I'd like to put two on, one on both sides. We have plenty of room right there. Why won't that work? Let's give that a shot. So the pop rivet, it does have a little flange on there, but because this is kind of braided, I don't think it's enough. I'm afraid it might pull through. So I'm going to put two washers on there. So we got a washer on this side and one on the other side, and if we did our holes correctly, we want to come in the same side as the other one there. Should be able to go through. Yeah. See, now we got a nice big washer on there. It's not gonna, it's not gonna pull through, and should have plenty of room if we squeeze it down right there to get behind that other one there. Let's see if that doesn't work here. Yeah, pop rivet gun is something that's really handy to have. Should definitely be in the toolkit. You can see there, so I'm going to press that in there. We want to make sure that maybe you can see this expanding. Tighten the handle, get another bite. It's got little jaws in there. You can see right there. Oh, that's not good. That washer is a little bit on the large side. It might not work, but let's see if we can't mash it down there. Squeeze that down there. One more bite. It should snap off about the 4th hit. Nope, not gonna work. That washer is just, it's too big, you can see there. Let's pull that out of there. Let's find another washer. It's inevitable. I should just do it from the get-go. So I think I found something that might work here. It's not exactly a washer, so we can put the washer on the back side there. That's not going anywhere. Granddad's got these tabs. There's a whole bunch of them in here. Well, he saved everything. See how tight that fit is right there? It's not a traditional washer, but that'll work just fine. And there's 2 of them, so that's good. All right, let's try that. I wonder why Granddad would have saved these little things. Obviously, it's something he's taken some pliers and broke off. I guess for little jobs like this. We have a lot. I have a lot to learn. Never underestimate our. But it's got a little bend in it there. I'll flatten that out on the anvil here. It might fly away. There we go. So it's aluminum, so it does make a good little washer, though, doesn't it? I would have never thought to save something like that. All right, let's see if this doesn't work a little bit better. So we're going to use that big washer there on the back side. There's plenty of room for that. And on your pop rivet gun also, I didn't mention, there's different mandrels there for different size pop rivets. They're just stored right there. So if it doesn't fit right when you're doing it, look on your tool, because they'll usually have. I don't think I've ever seen one that didn't have that. All right, so we'll go through our hole here and then use Granddad's budget washer. All right, now keep good tension on there, and if you watch, you should see that head on that rivet expanding. You see there? Yeah, that's bit on there nice and tight there. That's really good. And then we'll keep squeezing that out, and that'll break off. And then the shaft on the pop rivet, it's kind of cool. They just pour out the back like that, fall on the ground. So now we've got, of course, I already did the other one. Have to practice first, so I know what I'm. So I know it works. But right there is a good start. So now we need to do our little bungee, a retainer action there. All right, so let's fit this up and see everything works. Fits in pretty good. It's a little tight on that edge. And it's not a real big deal when you're in your shop, but I'll tell you, when you're out in the field and you're under stress and it's dark and these little things, you can hurt yourself because these tools are sharp by something that gives you, I'm having a little trouble here now, and I've got it in a perfect environment in the vise. So any issue I have here is going to be multiplied times 10 in the field when I'm under stress. So we don't want that. I don't like that. Man, the thing that I found is, the funniest thing is, wildland season's coming up, and you. By the way, I'm not going to go out on a limb because it's just fact. This is the best EDC knife ever, the 940. I'm so happy to have it back. I know every time I say that, you Spyderco guys get in the comments and say, "Oh no, Spyderco," and well, I don't think so. The if they're sharp, but if I want a knife that I can guarantee the tip will break off under heavy use, then I'll get a Spyderco. But until then, I'll just stick with this. It's that's not going to be very popular, but it's the truth. It's the truth. This is an awesome knife. Okay, so that's better. That gets on there a lot better. Okay, so here's the question we're going to have to figure out is the bungee. So I've got this bungee cord right here. And how they retain these things, I was looking at it, is they got a piece of wire wrapped around there. I always thought that they were tied in a knot, but they've got that crimped wire on there. That's going to be hard to duplicate. I don't know how I could duplicate that. I think if we tie a knot in it, that'll be fine, and burn the end so it doesn't fray. But so the question is where do we hook this? So if we hook it on the front, do we poke holes in here? Now this is where the grommet would be nice. We could put a grommet in there. Wouldn't that be slick? And that knot could stick out there. But there's enough of a lip on here that it can hook around the back, right? And retain that on there. Easy to get off. This got to be lightweight. I'm going to be putting this in my pack, and man, ounces turn into pounds, and my pack is already too heavy. I'm gonna go, actually maybe I'll do that in a video. I'm gonna put it up on the scale, and I gotta make some drastic choices because it's just getting too heavy. Too heavy, it just affects your work. It's just hard to have a heavy pack when you're digging and working. You need to really consider everything that goes in there. So the question is do we hook it to the front or to the back? To the front or the back? So if we hooked it to the front here, and it loops around that, okay, we can kind of imagine that. Is that better? Or do we hook it to the back, and it goes like this? Would that be better? But then there's a potential possibility of this thing catching on stuff because that's where it's going to be exposed and it's not going to be pulled tight. And the chance of that catching and tearing or just being a nuisance is high. Where if we put it on the front, it will constantly kind of be pulling itself. Oh, I just don't know. But then there's not much there, it's going to come off. It's going to come off. It's going to be less likely to come off if we go like this. What do we do? Life is all about these important decisions. So after 10 minutes of trying to conceive every possible option, here's what it comes to. We can't put it on the back side. If we put it on the back side, like this, we'll never be able to get it on. I mean, you'd have to stretch it, and it's just not going to work. The only way I can foresee this working is putting it on the front side and hooking it over here, but it's going to have to be pretty tight. There's enough of a lip there. If it's pulled tight, if I have to stretch it like this here, I'm comfortable with that. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna come off. It's pretty good. That's what we're gonna do. That's the only way that I can see that this is gonna work easily without a bunch of nonsense. Let's cut the bungee because we're gonna need to tie knots in it. Oh, what a great knife. Never really looked inside of one of these before. So I'm just gonna cut the hooks off here, and then I guess we can just burn the edges. Should just be able to burn these edges here and keep it from fraying. We don't want that to fray on us. All right, well, that burnt bungee cord's off-gassing there. These are some of the punches that I found in Granddad's things. This one here is kind of cool. Looks like he made that one out of something. These looks like commercially ones. Look at that, though. Is that not the perfect size? We want this hole to be really tight. It's got a bunch of junk in there. What's that? What is that stuff? Well, it looks like, gasket. Looks like maybe he's cutting gasket material with this one. Something thick. Really thick. I wonder what that was for. A whole bunch of them. But this might just be perfect here. That's a nice tool. I got to clean these things up and sharpen them. But if we could thread that bungee through that hole, will that fit through there? In the fabric, I think it will. I think we can get that through there because we want that tight. We don't want that to pull through. Let's see if we can punch a hole and hose with this bigger one. It's not very sharp. We might have to sharpen that. All right, so we want to put a hole through here, but we don't want to go through both layers like we did with the pop rivet. And so I'll put this stick through here. Got Granddad's big punch. It's not super sharp. We might need to sharpen that. So we want to go not too far. We don't want that to tear out there, but we don't want it to impede our ability to put it on. So that stuff's pretty tough. I think right there will probably be pretty good. Boy, that's tough. I think we're almost through. Definitely don't want to pound our nice things against that, steel against steel. That's why we're going against that wood. That looks pretty good. I think we can get that right through there, no problem. With that enlarged hole, I think that's going to work a lot better for us. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got the big end in there. So now we just need to tie a knot as close to that edge as we can. Just a good hard knot. Making Granny proud. looks really good. What's wrong with that there? Got a hard knot. Keep this on the outside. There's going to be less, keep this on the outside there, be less likely to get in the way as we're putting it on. Trim this here. We'll cut that knot. Let's see, so yeah, I guess we'll just go back in through here like that. This hole's not quite as big as the other one was. I think we got it though. Okay, so before we tie that knot, we need to get the right size. Rogue is such a great company. They always like it when I do videos or feature their tools and videos. So I sent them an email this morning, giving them the link to yesterday's video, and they're always thrilled about that. And so I thought, it just came to mind. I thought, well, our little local department, we don't have a lot of money for tools and things, and budgets are always tight. And so I asked him, hey, would Rogue consider sending a few hand tools, some of these rakes to our department? And they said, absolutely. So that's pretty cool when a company will do that. I was really appreciative to that. So, this way I can talk to the guys or get these tools for the guys, and they can kind of have their own and have a tool that works well, that they like, and I think that's a great thing. What's wrong with that right there? What's wrong with that? So I want to make sure that it's not too difficult to get on and off. That seems to work pretty good. It's not perfect. How tight does this need to be is the question, though. Does it? I guess it's got to be be able to pull tight enough there to stay loose, but not to deform the whole sheath. That works good right there. I'm thinking something just about like that, right there. So this is about where I want it. So we got to tie that. I'm going to pull that a little bit tighter because that knot, we're going to lose a little ground right there. Hopefully we can kind of guess this right. Get our granny going there. That really tight to the hole. There. That seems about perfect. Let's try it one more time. So we'll take the sheath and just kind of open it up there. Slip it on. Bend that over like that. That's good sheath right there. That's just right. That's just what I wanted. Now we can cut this off here. We'll leave a little tail. No reason to cut that too short. I can't see any advantage of that. And burn that. Don't know. What we should do is put some super glue on the end of that to keep those rubbers from fraying. It looks like they're burning, kind of melting in. I think that'll be okay. Took us a long time to get here though, didn't it? But it's okay. I'm really happy with it. I think that's going to be a one that's going to protect that edge. It's going to be a lot safer. When I'm like, let's say that I do have this on my pack, I don't like that sharp edge sticking around my neck and head, man. If you were to fall, or that could seriously, really hurt you. And having that sheath is a great peace of mind, because these hose, these 70s, we're sharpened on 3 edges right there, and you saw in the previous video how sharp we got that. And that is good. And we got a sheath that's super lightweight. I don't want anything heavy that I can keep on my pack. And it's just I think it's a good design. It's reasonably easy to put on. Yeah, what's wrong with that? That's a good way to go. Okay, well, that's about it for today. I'm happy with that. So I will put in my Wrangler Mart store, go to wranglermart.com, I'll put the hoe in there. And there was several other questions about different tools that I purchased. And one question that I've got, well, there's been dozens of you guys that have bought the 940 for an EDC after my last video. And it's a lot of money, and I understand that. But some guys said, is it really worth it? I mean, I'm really going to like it. I'll tell you what, I mean, I've received email after email after email of you guys that have bought this. It's the first time you've ever bought a Benchmade and have just fallen in love with it. Man, it's the best EDC knife in the world. I don't care what anybody says. It's my favorite anyway. So next time, maybe next time, we need to find a way to hook this. This is my line gear. And we need to get medieval on the weight too. I'm going to put it up on the scale. We're going to make some hard decisions and find a way to secure this really big, long 60-inch handled tool to this pack in a way that's secure. I'm kind of thinking I see it right now. Secure that I can carry it, or it's not going to brain somebody and hang me up and cause me to fall down and get hurt. So. That's our next dilemma or next issue. So if you have some suggestions on that or have some experience with it, please let me know in the comments. And don't forget, winners. I've got to announce the winners. Oh, I did announce the winners. I need to announce another winner because we have another set of tickets available, and I will do that. When am I going to do that? In the end card. Stay tuned. In the end card, the mountain scene there, I'll announce that. Don't forget, this coming weekend, Mother Earth News Fair, and in Wisconsin, and come on up and see us. And we still don't have anyone that has been able to step up and arrange a meet and greet. So if you can do that for this weekend, Saturday night or Sunday night, one or the other, I think either one will work, let me know and we'll help coordinate that as well. So that's it. So we'll see you in Wisconsin, and we'll be leaving Friday. That's it. It is July 6th, 2016. What another beautiful day, isn't it? It's so cool, cooling down. I guess there's some rain coming. We're not really having that bad of a fire season this year in our area. We are to the east, but we're getting good recovery at night, moisture staying in the fuel, being replenished, and, well, I feel very blessed for that. Man, I've got poison oak in a bad way. Got it all over my legs, got it all over my arms, got it on my neck. And it's miserable. We were digging in it in the last fire and breathing in the smoke, and it's kind of affecting me neurologically. Just don't feel right. So, man, I'm hoping that passes. We have to get on an airplane in a couple days, and I'm not looking forward to taking that with me to the great state of Wisconsin. So, I've got another set of tickets to give away for the Mother Earth News Fair coming this weekend. And that's going to go to Al Lopez. So Al, if you're watching this, send me an email at wranglerstardiy@gmail.com, and we'll have those tickets for you and we'll call. Have not had everyone respond that did receive the tickets, so speak now. My previous video at the end card is listed. So if you didn't respond to me and you'd like to have free passes, please let me know. What else is there? What else was there? Mrs. W was so thrilled for all of the nice comments that you guys left showing support for her. I didn't tell her that I mentioned anything, and she had a lot of fun reading all those comments. And yeah, just we feel so blessed. So blessed to be able to do this, and we are so grateful for all of you who take the time to write comments and watch the videos and support us. And we just want to say thank you for that. There was something else. What else did I want to talk about? The store, wranglermart.com. So I forgot there's a couple things that I mentioned in the last video that I did not put in there. I'm going to go right now and get those Rogue hose. If you want a good gift, if you want, something in the $40 to $80 price range. They're a little bit spendy, but they're heritage tools. They're tools that will last you a long time. What a great gift. And they have something for everyone. They have tools for gardening, small hand tools. They have tools for big men, and small tools for smaller. They have everything. And I'm not affiliated with them anyway. They're not paying me to say this. It's just a company that I've used for a long time that I just really admire. We always see them at the Mother Earth News Fair, and it's a great family-run business. And if I can help them along and get these nice USA-made tools into your hands, I know you'll be happy. They're just a wonderful company. So you can go to wranglermart.com, and I'll make a Rogue tool category where you guys can get the things that you need. One last thing, I'm going to put a poll in this video. Are these videos getting too long? I'm looking at the time going now pushing 30 minutes. A lot of people like the longer format, and I enjoy doing the longer format. It's well, I just enjoy it better. So I'm going to put the poll up, yes or no. Do you think that these videos are too long, just right, or, or not long enough? I'll put a couple choices there, but click on the icon there in the top right, and that'll open the card menu, and you can vote. And it matters because I watch these things and I listen to feedback, and you can dictate, and what you like and what you don't like certainly affect how I run the channel. So we're all doing this together. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.